No disability or dictionary out there is capable of defining who we are as a person. It's because I agree with these words by Robert Hensel that I've been involved with SOMO. SOMO stands for Special Olympics Missouri. Special Olympics has given so many great opportunities for so many people. For not only the athletes, but for the volunteers, friends, family, or anyone that comes in contact with the program. Special Olympic athletes are no different than any of us. And the fact that sometimes they're looked down upon or looked different at or seen as any less of a person really saddens me, just because they have some kind of obstacle or a struggle that they have to overcome every day doesn't make them any different than anyone else. In fact, they are just as capable and sometimes even more capable than anyone. A great example of that is if you take the last Special Olympic World Games and the last Olympic Games, the 2016 Games in Rio, and you look at the records, there are some Special Olympic Games records that are better than the Rio records. The biggest example of that is the 1500-meter run. The champion in Rio actually ran slower than 4 separate athletes in the same event, the Special Olympic World Games. And I know there's many more examples of different events and past games where that's been found as well, just to prove that they really aren't any different than anyone and are very capable of anything they set their mind to. As I said earlier, not only the athletes are affected by this program, but the volunteers as well. I have met some of my very best friends through Special Olympics Missouri, whether they are a volunteer or an athlete. 2 athletes that I have become really close to and still have contact with today. One of them is Matt. Matt is now living in California. I met him after high school, actually. I was his mentor. He is now married. I attended his wedding last year. It was a gorgeous wedding, and he lives on an army base with his wife because that is what he does. He is in the military, and he loves defending his country. Many people thought that he wouldn't be able to do it, but he's very successful. He loves what he does, and he's proving all those people wrong. And then the second one is Morgan. I actually met Morgan before I met Matt. I met Morgan in high school. Morgan was invited to the Special Olympic World Games my senior year, so she was going to go the summer after I graduated. We threw a big assembly for her to celebrate her achievement before she went, and we also recognized all of our Special Olympic athletes because not all of them were invited to the Special Olympic World Games because that's kind of a big deal, but all of them competed at the local level in the Special Olympics. So we honored all of them with a letter, an athletic letter. We had some Special Olympic coordinators from Special SOMO come and talk to our school in the assembly, and we had all kinds of cool stuff for them. And the sad part is we were one of the first schools in Missouri to honor Special Olympic athletes with letters, which really surprised me. I don't understand why their achievements are any less than anyone else in a sport at school or any kind of academic achievement, because they are still achieving great things. So I know some schools have picked up on it and started to recognize them with letters just like everyone else, but that's still not enough. I think it should be kind of a universal thing. As I said, I met some of the most amazing people. And at the very end of that assembly, we actually surprised Morgan and her family, and our school sponsored them to go to the games with her so that she could do that. And it was really cool to see their reaction and see all the hard work of fundraising and all the stuff that we had worked on for many, many months kind of come together, and see how it affected her and her family and how happy they were. Everyone involved in Morgan's journey and Matt's journey, and anyone who's in Special Olympics at all has been changed and touched, and whether they're in the field with them or, on the sidelines cheering them on.